fearless, you got fire. He's the spark that lifts you higher. You were made for joy, made for more. It's time to walk through heaven's door. The world is yours, take your place. Every dream aligned with grace. Overflow is your reward. Walk it out, abundance is yours. Oh, you can change it every time. Hope and faith, they realign. You're not stuck, not anymore. 'Cause girl, abundance is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Julie Loughlin Hares with Divine Abundance, and I am so excited to have my good friend Tish McDaniel with me here today. Hi, Tish. How are you?
Hi, Julie. Great.
Good. Awesome. So glad to have you on Divine Abundance. Thanks for being here.
Oh, thank you for asking. I'm so excited.
Awesome. Thanks. So as we know, listeners and viewers, I always start every session with this very first question, Tish, which is, what does divine abundance mean to you? What does abundance mean to you in general?
That is such a tricky question because we all know abundance can mean material things, can mean the tangible and intangible. And since I was given a second chance on life, surviving a near fatal car wreck, abundance to me is living, is taking a breath every single day. It's when I talk about my wreck, the emotion inside of me of just sheer gratitude that I chose my life. I chose to stay here. I was given a choice. Because when you see the white, bright, blinding light, you have a choice. You can either go or stay. And when you stay, you better be prepared. And to me, abundance is just living life every day. Gratitude, faith, trust in God.
I love that, Tish. And I know for sure what you just shared with me and what you've shared with others is 100% accurate. And the reason I know this is that I learned it in the last year when my mother was very sick, and she was telling me that she, at one time when she was in the hospital, she was in critical condition. She told me that my grandmother and all of her sisters who had already passed over came to her, and there was this bright, blinding light, and they asked her to come with them. And she told them, this was in July of last year, and she told them, I'm not ready yet. I still want to be here with the kids and my dad, Jim. And she let them know, I'm just not ready yet, and I'll come when I'm ready. And she's like, I made a choice. And she's like, but then I was in the hospital another 3 weeks, Julie, and it was really hard to get through that. And she told me that. And the week that she passed, she told me that she felt like it was her time to go home, to be with God. And honestly, it gave me a sense of peace knowing that she felt that and she knew that. So I know for a fact that what you're describing is exactly what my mother described. And I have no doubt that, we'll all be together again. And that's what gives me a level of comfort. Knowing that, so thank you for sharing that. I know your accident. I've heard the story of your accident and you kind of like overcoming what you had to go through to get back to who you are today. And I think you're incredible. And your story is very inspiring, Tish.
Thank you. Thank
you.
Abundance, when we put aside the material things and we put aside egos.
Yes.
Those egos aside. And then all of a sudden you have this overwhelming sense of just relief that you're living the way you are supposed to live.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you. Tell me about something that you're really excited about between now and the end of the year that you're working on, or maybe it's something personal, maybe it's a project that you're working on in your business, or maybe it's something that you're helping a client with that you can talk about, because I know we can't always talk about things with our client that our clients are working on, but if there's something that's really got you inspired and kind of fired up, kind of share that with our listeners and our viewers now.
I have this crazy, wonderful, just energetic friend. And he has written a book about marriage,
Mhm.
and it went through pre-sale. It's now out. And he asked me, how can I launch this and be different from anyone else?
Yes.
And I said, why don't you read it? Why don't we do a webinar? And
Mhm.
each session is a chapter, and you bring in those couples that you look at and just go, gosh, they just know. They just know
Yeah.
they're God-centered, they are heart-centered. And and luckily the chapters are short.
That's so sweet. Speaking of amazing couples, do you know Bree and Moises Rico?
No,
Oh, I
no.
gotta introduce you. That's a great couple.
They would be great. Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
I'll have to
And
introduce you. I'll definitely connect you right after we hang up because they're a wonderful couple and they have a podcast called Doing It Raw where they just keep it really real about being a couple in today's world. And they would be a perfect fit for that. That's awesome.
yes, because it's 8 chapters, so it would be
Mhm.
8 sessions. And he has such a wonderful voice. He's also a preacher, so
Wow.
he just is so energetic and just such a man of God. And when we were brainstorming, I said, "What?" And another friend actually had mentioned it. Can I get a
Mhm.
reading? And I went, oh, wait a minute. Wow, that's so unique. Let's
Yeah.
do the whole book as a reading every week.
Yeah. I think that's a really cool idea. And you're right, other people aren't doing that. So that'll really differentiate him. And what a cool way to take in the information and get people excited about something.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's really
Because
cool.
we all think we have the perfect marriage.
Yeah, nobody does.
And but then we go, is there such a thing as a perfect
Mhm.
marriage? It is a union between two
Mhm.
consenting adults that choose one another over everything else.
Yeah, my fiance said it to me best the other day. He's like, I'm really proud of us that we wake up and we continue to choose each other.
Mhm.
It's a choice. You make a conscious choice to be in a relationship and to choose to support and love each other. And it's so true. And he's like, there's nobody else I'd want to choose but you. And I was like, that's so sweet. I was so touched by that. But it's true. We make a choice, you know.
Well, and it's also divine intervention, I truly believe,
Mhm.
because I met my husband actually through a blind date,
Oh my gosh.
and it was after my near fatal car wreck. And so
Wow.
I could barely walk. And he, we had this blind date. We were married 4 months later.
Oh my goodness.
We don't celebrate our anniversary. Want to talk
Mhm.
about abundance? We celebrate every day. Just the
Yes.
abundance of living and loving and giving love. And so I know this because I've had to look it up. We have been married 31 years.
Wow.
And what is so comical, because in relationships, you do have challenges and you
Mhm.
do argue, you find common ground, you argue with peace and purpose and respect.
Mhm.
And he made the comment, with, you knew what I was like when we got married. And I went, oh, no contraire. We got married after 4 months. And he said, well, after all this time, you should
Mhm.
know me. I had to
It's
laugh
funny.
at that because when you live every single day of your life in abundance, you really don't think about how much time has passed.
No, you don't. You don't.
Oh.
And it feels like time goes like this. It feels like this. It goes so fast, Tish. And I really came to light for me last year as I was navigating, a lot with my parents.
Mhm.
Both of them being sick at the same time, and my son graduating in the same year. And I was like, I feel like I don't have enough time for everybody. All the people that I love the most in the world. It's like boom, boom, and it's like you don't have as much time sometimes as you think. So I always tell people, and now I make it a point to tell people that I love them, you know, and you hear that from me. I hug my friends. I hug my son. I hug his girlfriend last night. I'm like, love you guys. And it's like, you're going to hear it from me all the time because I know that there's only so much time we're on the earth plane. So, like, let's make good use of our time.
Yes, and we don't say that enough. And
Yeah.
I was at a conference last year, and the keynote speaker asked everyone to get their phones out and to send to a friend that you hadn't talked to in a while, that
Mhm.
you're thinking of them and you love them,
Mhm.
and see if they say it back.
Yeah.
And so I sent it to one of my dear friends, and he did not respond back. Well, that kind of angered the red hair.
Don't make the redhead mad.
It's like, come on. And several days later, I called him and I said, "What's up with that?" And he says, "You have never said that to me before." And oh, you want to talk about just
Wow.
crushed me.
Yeah.
He said, you are my dearest friend. I would go to the ends of the earth for you. I love
Mhm.
you. And he said, I barely could say I love you to my ex-wife. I
Wow.
didn't say that. And so you want to talk about a breakthrough. He
You
he
never know. You don't know what people are going through, Tish, and you don't
no,
know what they've been through even to that point in their life. Even people that we think we know really well, we don't know the whole story.
no, no. And to this day, every now and again, maybe once every other month, he'll send me a text. I love you. You better say it back.
Oh, I love that. You guys now have a tradition that you have with each other, and I love that. Tell me about something that you've kind of overcome, whether it be in business or personal, that you're just incredibly proud of, Tish. Something that you've gone through, that you've overcome, that was a challenge, and you're like, I got through it and got to the other side of it, and here's what I learned.
It's walking.
Okay.
And what is, I laugh at it now because we live in the woods and it's a very good thing that I do this,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to look down at the ground to
Mm-hmm.
watch myself walk because I cannot feel my knees and I cannot feel my left leg. And
I knew this about you when you and I got on stage at Movement
oh,
Makers, because I have a torn meniscus, and we were kind of helping each other get up the stage. You're like, okay. And we came to a special place on the stage where she and I could get on, was more handicap accessible, really. I was like, yeah, Tish, I got a bad knee. And you're like, well, I don't even feel my knees. I was like, okay, well, you've taught me.
and people go, how do you walk? Divine grace of God.
Yes.
You and that's why, and every now and again you see me look like I'm stumbling, and
Mhm.
it's because I'm not paying attention. You have to focus so hard on
Mhm.
moving, and when you focus that hard on moving, it opens up your mind to so many things.
Mhm.
And one of the hardest things for me to take and move through it is speaking competitions because I get docked points for looking at the ground.
Mhm. Mhm.
Either I do it sitting on the floor or sitting in a chair, but no, I'm too rebellious. I'm going to stand here, and when I move, I'm going to have to look to see where my feet are
Right. Right.
because
Yep.
I'm not sure you want me taking a splatter across the floor.
Nobody wants that.
I hit the ground. I'm still here. I'm still here.
Oh my gosh, you're too funny. Oh my gosh. Well, that was post-accident, right? You had to learn how to walk again. And I mean, wow.
And I
Think,
run.
and you
I,
run.
and now, I guess it's a fast jog
Yeah.
because I have to focus so much on the body moving that if
Yes.
it feels different, I have to stop, because otherwise, and I've done this over the last 30 years, I've face planted several times and have had injuries, nothing that
Yeah.
so severe. And you just get up and you walk. And that the most horrifying thing I had to overcome was getting back in a car and driving.
100%.
And
100%,
I,
Tish. I mean, I don't share this with a lot of people, but when I was 18, I was hit head on by a drunk driver. And I'm just really blessed that he hit the passenger side and not my side.
yeah,
But let me tell you something. I told my father I wasn't driving again because I was a newly licensed driver.
yeah.
And it wasn't my fault. We were on a bridge and it was icy and he lost control, but he was also drunk. And instead of, I kind of turned my car. So instead of hitting me head on, he hit the passenger side. And I said, Dad, that's it. I'm not meant to drive. And he's like, no, that's not it. He's like, you got into an accident. He's like, doesn't mean you're never going to drive again. And
Right.
so my father really challenged me because my mother was like, if she doesn't want to drive, she doesn't have to drive because, my mother didn't drive until my dad taught her how to drive because where she grew up, it wasn't like a big thing. But he's like, no, you got to drive. So how did you conquer that, Tish? Like, what did you tell yourself? Like, how did you engage with your vehicle again and get confident driving? Like, what are the steps you took?
I bought a convertible Chrysler LeBaron, and when
They're
I
so
became
yeah.
claustrophobic and didn't think I could make it, I pulled over, dropped the top down. It could be 10 degrees out, didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Just overcoming, because it's more of the claustrophobic feeling of being in the car and not really having control.
A way out. Were you trapped in the accident?
I was actually thrown from the car. It was an offset head-on collision.
Wow.
Actually thrown from the car,
Wow, Tish.
and don't remember much about it at all,
Mhm.
other than waking up to ask the, which I, at that time, when you wake up, you think, okay, these look like medical people. And
Yeah.
I asked them if I had all my teeth, and I'm trying to feel my
Mhm.
mouth, but I'm strapped in. And that was the only thing that I remember about the wreck. Was asking
Wow.
the medical person if I had my teeth.
Wow. That's a lot. I mean, you've been through a lot, friend. You've been through a lot. Um, as you think about just life in general and just like all the things that you've learned, because I know it's been so much, like you have learned a lot of things in life and you've done a lot of really cool things. Um, tell the people kind of like listening and watching us today what your background is and what are some of the fun things that you're working on now. Because I don't think everyone that's watching this, they may not know you. I mean, I know you and I know a lot of our co-friends know you, but what was your background and what are you doing now with what you learned? What is your current business?
I've always been an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was working a full-time job, I was always doing side hustles
Mm-hmm.
and did a lot of pageant coaching, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of the what I call personal development of kids, and teaching them how to walk into a room, how to carry themselves, and did so much of this for free
Mm-hmm.
because kids need so much help.
They do.
And that morphed into helping adults and getting into
Mm-hmm.
coaching, and always have been involved in events. I used to
Mm-hmm.
put on a lot of events. And what I discovered after the car wreck was that I wanted to forget who I was, because God gave me a second chance on life, and maybe I wasn't living just quite right that first go around, and now let's figure this out.
Wow.
And so, figuring that out, I realized that I don't want to put all the focus on me.
Mm-hmm.
I did years ago. And now I want the focus on those that I help. And I do so much that, and I tell people you tell anyone I did this, I will come hunt you down.
You are, my friend, you are the epitome of a servant leader. Like you really are. Like you are always in service to others. You're always reaching out, asking, how can I help? How can I support? What is it that you need? Like, honestly, you're one of my favorite people that I've met this time on my journey on life this time. Like,
Oh, thank you.
honestly, because gosh, I'm gonna cry. I didn't think I was gonna cry today, but you're special.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It- It's, it's, it's about showing gratitude, and it's not about me.
I
I
know.
have lived such a full life, and now
Mhm.
it's giving back, and I'm a licensed Zig Ziglar coach.
Yes.
Zig always said, if you help enough people get what they want, then you get
Yep.
what you want. And
Yep.
he was, oh, just an amazing man. I had an opportunity to attend one of his Born to Win
Wow.
seminars, and was actually up on stage with him.
Wow, Tish,
And
that's
so, yeah,
amazing.
and so that you look at everything and how your life goes, and you look at the
Mhm.
abundance, and you just look at gratitude, and you look at your he always said stinking thinking.
Right.
And I always have to, now, does that mean I never get upset? Oh, I've got red hair, so I get upset a lot, but
Yeah.
it's controlling yourself, it's calming yourself down.
Mhm.
It's, I always tell everyone, don't throw that out to the universe, because it's going to come back.
Right. Right. And I tell people that too, like, be careful of your language, because what you put out there, the universe is going to get back to you. Like you don't want that out there. Like, think, like, what is it that you want? And be in positive intention. When we're in positive intention, that it can only mirror back to you what you give it.
Right.
I've really drummed that in my son's head. And it's working for him. Like, he's a very positive person. He's very can-do attitude. Thinking what you said about kids and pageants and like helping them develop like executive presence. I was in pageants when I was little. I was 7 and I won like a local pageant, and got a little bit older. My dad happened to attend a pageant, and he was like, I don't like this bathing suit business. And he ended my career because I was headed towards Miss Teen New York. And he told my mother, nope, she's not doing that. Like, I love that she's learned how to walk properly, how to, she's got great posture. She has great presence. She got what she needed from this. She's done. It was pretty funny. I'm like, okay, Dad. He's like, I'm just looking out for you as your father. And I just, want you to be safe. So I'm like, okay. But
Yes. Yeah.
the one thing I've always taught my son is I know that the world's changed and there's a lot with the internet and tech and all that, but it's always important to look people in the eye and shake their hand and be respectful and show that you have respect for yourself and respect for others. And he's always lived by that motto, and it has differentiated him. Like, if I think about it, and the feedback that I get from coaches and from just other adults is, wow, you've raised such a nice young man. And I'm like, you know what? I really have. And I think that that's important. And I think that's kind of like almost like, Tish, I want to say like a lost art, but I think
Mhm.
it's important that people are aware that how you present yourself and how you interact with others, they're going to remember that.
In a lot of my coaching, I call it the art of observation.
Mm-hmm.
And we do exercises where people need to pay attention. And we
Yes.
do exercises where you have the logo pieces, and you've built something, and there's a board in front of it and a person
Mm-hmm.
sitting across from you, and you now and they have the same pieces, only disassembled, and you have to tell them how to build it without telling them how to build it.
Wow.
And so that, oh, that is so
Mm-hmm.
much fun to watch.
That sounds like a blast.
Oh, and it really forces you to be in the present. And a good friend of mine, he always says, instead of happy birthday to somebody,
Mhm.
he says the best present is being present.
It's true.
And that is so profound.
It's true. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that. My last question is this one. If you could go back and tell the younger Tish something that you've learned, maybe like a lifelong lesson that you think is important, that you wish you could go back and tell your younger self, what would that be?
Drop the ego.
Mm-hmm.
Think of others.
Mm-hmm.
Be kind. Be
Mm-hmm.
genuine.
Yep.
And just show love.
Yep. So true. When we get out of our own way and get into others, magic happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's so true. Like, I always think, like, how can I serve this person in this moment right now? Like what would be the thing that I could do or say that would really serve a purpose for them? So, Tish, it's been my honor to
Oh,
ask you these questions. Like, I could stay here and literally talk to you all day.
yes, we
You're
could
so
talk.
fun to talk to, but I know we both have to go on to the next thing. So thank you for being on Divine Abundance today. And thank you for sharing your wisdom, and just thank you for being you.
Oh, thank you. I just adore you, and
Likewise.
think the world of you and your new ventures. I will do everything I can to help and support you in that, and just
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank
And
you, friend.
my precious son.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And God bless you, and to all of your family, and to all of your friends in the circle of people that you're supporting. I, pray that we all continue to flourish and help to change and increase the vibration of the planet. Like
Yeah.
it's all about, increasing, up leveling, positivity of our collective consciousness. I think it's important.
Could I end with a prayer that I say
Yes.
sometimes all day, every day,
Yes.
as it helps me? And that's
Okay.
the prayer of Jabez.
Okay.
Bless me, O Lord, indeed. Bless me, O Lord, indeed, and increase my territory.
Mm-hmm.
Cover my hands. I'm not sure I can finish it because it
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to, I can't finish it because it is such a profound prayer
Mm-hmm.
that it's about increasing your territory, God having his hands on yours, and keeping you safe, and for you not to cause pain. So
I feel like that was like almost a prophetic message for myself and everybody else that's watching this. So I definitely took a note, and I'm going to go back and look at the prayer.
yeah,
And I appreciate you for doing that. And thank you so much. And Tish, I hope you have an awesome rest of your week. Okay. Thank
you.
you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
You got purpose, you got fire. He's the spark that lifts you higher. You were made for joy, made for more. It's time to walk through heaven's door. The world is yours, take your place. Every dream aligned with grace. Overflow is your reward. Walk it out, abundance is yours. Oh, you can change it every time. Hope and faith, they realign. You're not stuck, not anymore. 'Cause girl, abundance is yours. This is your Prospera era, where dreams align with grace. Abundance flows like rivers. You've stepped into your place. Rise, reign, and remember, you were born to shine. Welcome to your moment, Prospera, it's time.
We hope you enjoyed today's show on Prospera TV Network. Make it a point to visit us on YouTube and catch all your favorite shows anytime you want. Interested in hosting a show of your own? Or advertising your business on our network? Contact Elena Rodriguez.